India is the country with the fastest economic growth among the G20 nations in 2023, with debt and inflation lower than many developed nations. Even in other parameters such as inflation, debt, or exports, India is far better than the US and China. This becomes even more special as this year India holds the G20 presidency. Hello and welcome to the Pamphlet. On 26th of August, India Today shared some collated data from the IMF World Economic Outlook from July this year. The first graph analyzed the GDP growth rate of G20 member nations, according to which India is projected to grow fastest among the G20 nations in 2023. India's GDP growth rate projection at 6.1% for 2023 stands at the highest among the G20 nations. The other graph shows that in 2023, India's debt as percent of GDP projection will remain at 83.2%, which is much lower than nations such as Japan, Italy, US, UK, and France. Another graph shows that in the current year, inflation will remain benign in India compared to other G20 members. With 4.9%, the inflation projection for 2023 is much lesser than Russia, UK, or the EU. The next graph shows the projected volume of exports for the current year. The prediction for Indian exports in 2023 stands at 1.6%, which is higher than the US and China. The IMF in July had projected a growth rate of 6.1% for India in 2023, which is a 0.2 percentage point upward revision compared with the April projection. According to the IMF, this is a reflective of the momentum from stronger than expected growth in the fourth quarter of 2022 as a result of stronger domestic investment. Notably, the IMF had projected the global growth to decline from an estimated 3.5% in 2022 to 3% in both 2023 and 2024. Earlier, even the US credit rating agency Moody's had stated that India will remain the fastest growing G20 economy for next few years. For the assessment, Moody's cited India's young workforce, increasing urbanization, and rising government spending on infrastructure. Moody's had also praised the Indian government's efforts to reform the economy. It claimed that the recent reforms like making labor laws flexible, raising the agriculture sector's efficiency, expanding investment in infrastructure, incentivizing investment in manufacturing, and strengthening the financial sector will help the Indian economy. In the past 9 years, after a decade of policy paralysis under the UPA government, PM Modi-led NDA government has laid emphasis on infrastructural development and also incentivized production generation in India under various schemes such as Make in India. The ease of doing business, last mile financial inclusion, and world standard UPI are just a few indicators of how forward-looking the policies in India have been. These steps indeed helped India stay afloat despite the global pandemic where even the developed nations struggled. Thank you. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.